everyone. Welcome back to the Havoc Rundown. I'm Justin, your host and editor-in-chief, and today's episode is something truly special. We're taking a deep dive into one of the breakout stories in the May event, the incredible run of Sad Octopus, all the way into the final 8. But that's just a start. We'll be sitting down with the Powerhouse family team behind the bot, Cameron, Patrick, and Nora Garen, to hear about their journey, their strategy, and what it's like building and battling together as a family. We're also breaking down the May event highlights, spotlighting the best fights, and checking out how it shook up for the Havoc Rundown Fantasy League standings. Plus, Ryan's got a brand new game corner ready. We've got a stack of your questions in the Listener Mailbag, and we're ready to wrap it all up with some big community news. Before we dive into all of that, though, we want to take a moment to honor the life of a builder who left an unforgettable mark on our sport. Our own Ashley Beckman will share a few words about the late Alex Richmond, whose creativity and spirit touched so many of us. Ashley, you've prepared something, so if you'd like to take it away.
Yeah, gonna do my best here. Bear with me all. Of course, you know I'm emotional, so this one hurts. At the end of last week, the robotics community lost someone truly special, Alexander Richmond. Alex was just weeks away from graduating high school when he was taken from us far too soon. We learned this heartbreaking news on Sunday night, and many of us have still been trying to process it ever since. Alex had an incredible passion for this sport. His mind was one of the most creative and promising among the next generation of builders. He poured so much of himself into this community, not just through his own work, but through his endless support of others. Whether it was catting the latest robot designs, offering thoughtful advice in the Discord, or diving headfirst into some wild, large-scale projects after Image, Alex gave it his all. One of my favorite parts on a Friday afternoon at NHRL is sitting by the test box, watching new creations come to life, seeing builders take that leap from concept to reality. The past May was no different. I had the privilege of watching Alex test his latest robot, Cherno Alpha, in the big box just shortly after arriving at the event. It was a classic Alex, ambitious, innovative, and fearless. What I'll miss just as much as his creations is the bond that he shared with his friends Johnny and Lars and the rest of Team Stamina. Watching the friendship and collaboration between those three was something truly special. They were, without a doubt, the future of this sport. It's devastating to know we won't get to see the three of them continue to grow up and push boundaries of what's possible together. In honor of Alex's memory, his family has created a GoFundMe to help with expenses and with the beautiful dream of creating a robotics scholarship in his name, one that will support young builders who might not have access to the resources that others do. I've shared this link in our Discord, and it's circulating on social media. Please, if you're able, consider donating or take a moment to share a memory of Alex. Every gesture helps keep his spirit alive. From all of us at the Havoc Rundown, we're deeply sorry for this loss. We're here to support in any way that we can to help carry Alex's legacy forward. To Alex's family, friends, and teammates, we love you, we are with you, and you will always have this community by your side. Rest in peace, Alex. You made an impact that won't be forgotten.
Thank you, Ashley. We echo your words. We all met Alex and knew Alex, and he was amazing at every event. So thank you for those words. With that, again, in memory of Alex, we are going to move forward in tonight's episode talking about May. So first up, we're going to talk about everyone else that is here, not just me. First up, our stat tracking draft dominating numbers wizard. It's Ryan Hunter.
I'm so sorry, Kratos. I really am.
Always connecting us to the heart of the community and the builder world, it's Ashley Beckman.
I hope Anhad never forgives you.
Our sharp-eyed journalist who always finds the story behind the sparks is Thomas Carroll.
Octopoda assemble!
Bringing the creativity and a spark of genius to everything he touches is Tony Baker.
Garen and Ryan should have to lose all of his points from the last event for not taking
I
Kratos.
agree.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game, all right?
No, we're gonna hate the player.
Okay.
And of course, tonight's special guest, the incredible NHRL family. Please welcome Cameron, Patrick, and Nora Garen.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us
Thank
on.
you. Thank you for being on. We're so excited to have
Thank
you
you.
on.
Thank you, guys.
Just watching you guys, the amazing run that you guys had in May was just great. And we'll get to that when we get to the May event wrap up. But as we usually do, we're going to start off in that weird, dusty, moldy corner of the house and open the door to Ryan's game corner. Ryan, you have a nice game for us tonight. I think you were bringing back a classic, right?
Oh, yes. It's time for the name game again, guys. All right. All right, everyone. Gather around, because this week we're playing one of my favorite games, the name game.
Oh, we're done.
So here's how it works. I'm going to split you into two teams this time. We have the Garen family, and then we have the Rundown crew.
No.
Playing against each other.
We're done.
We're so cooked.
Okay. I'm going to read out a clue for the name of a combat robot. Once I finish the clue, the first team to shout out a ding gets the chance to guess which robot I'm referring to. If you guess right, you get a point. If you guess wrong, the other team gets a chance to steal. If the other team also is wrong, the house gets a point.
Whatever.
He's always got to build that house point in.
Always.
I am just gathering points for the year. And I'm going to
Well, you haven't gathered that many.
Yeah, I'm
Luckily.
trying. So I have 7 clues lined up today. So is everybody ready? Does everybody understand the rules of the game?
I believe so, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So we are going to start with the first clue. This bot may be smaller than the rest of the pack, but it sure can still roof its opponents. This bot may be smaller than the rest of the pack, but it sure can roof its opponents.
Ding.
Oh. Yeah.
Ashley?
Psycho?
The Rundown crew is incorrect. Garen family, do you have a guess?
I have no idea, man.
Would you
Can I
like me to repeat?
steal it?
Would you like me to repeat the clue? Yeah.
Repeater?
It is Repeater.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah.
Darn it. I failed you. I should have let Thomas answer.
I repeated the clue twice.
Yeah. I knew there was something with that. I was like double image, like double something. What? Yeah. Repeater makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
That was the only one that I knew.
Okay. The second clue. The second clue is this 12-pound bot leaves its opponents completely empty, invalid, and no longer legally binding, just like its namesake.
Ding?
Yes, Cam.
Is it void?
It is void. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's so
We're on
good.
to the Garen family is like going forward. I mean, come on, guys, let's go. All right. This bot will take down Mount Olympus, cross the river Styx, and show its might in the arena, and take its throne among the gods of the sport.
Dang.
Yes.
Kratos?
Justice. It is Kratos, yes.
No, you don't get to talk about Kratos anymore.
Yeah, I was like,
No.
I was like, he's gonna throw a clue in there somewhere because he feels so bad.
Okay. Okay. Number 4. 2 wheels. Check. Simple square frame? Check. Beater bar with a ton of power? Check. It's just the blank.
Oh,
Dang.
ding.
I think Thomas actually got there first.
Go, Thomas.
It's basics.
It is basics. Both teams are now even in points. The house has no points yet.
Good.
See, Thomas, Peter wasn't the only one you knew.
This one might be a race to the ding. Are we ready?
Mhm.
What's scarier than one gator?
Ding.
Damn it.
It's doppelganger.
Yes, Thomas is doppelganger. All right.
Ryan.
All right. Number 6. When this big bot comes across the box and hits you with its massive vertical spinner, you are going to really think it's an illusion, a trick of the light. But no, that's your bot in pieces.
It's like on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it. Oh, God.
That's not the name of the robot.
When this big bot comes across the box and hits you with its massive vertical spinner, you are going to really think it's an illusion, a trick of the light. But no, that's your bot in pieces.
I have an answer, but I think it's wrong, so I'm not going to say
I don't want to answer.
No,
yet
go ahead,
because-
Ashley, because I've got
No,
nothing.
Wait.
No,
Okay.
Thomas looked hurt.
I'm not answering, but what
Does
I
the-
am saying
Does
is
the
that
Garen
both
family
teams
have an
need
answer?
to really get this one right,
No?
because we can't let the house get a single point. This isn't us against you. It's everyone against the house.
Everyone against Ryan. It's definitely everyone against Ryan.
Okay.
I've got nothing. So
Nothing.
Yeah,
the house can have a point.
Wait. If it's going to the house,
There's
then
not
I
going to
gotta
be a guess?
Wait, read it one more time.
Say the clue one more time. I have a one guess.
When this big bot comes across the box and hits you with its massive vertical spinner, you're going to really think it's an illusion, a trick of the light. But no, that's your bot in pieces.
Okay, wait. So it's gotta be like some sort of huge style bot.
Thomas is like one of those people on the game show that's just like talking as much as possible, so his brain.
I am going to demand a guess, or the house will get a point.
The house is
That's
gonna get a
not in the
point.
rules.
Phenomenon.
Let's just move on. Oh,
Okay, the rundown has guests,
I guess.
and it is incorrect. Does the Garen family like to put out a guess?
Frank.
no, just
No.
Yes, Frank.
The answer is mirage,
Oh.
a illusion, a trick of the light.
Okay.
I couldn't think of the word for it.
Yes.
And
All
so
right.
phenomenon and illusion worked in my brain.
Let's see if the house can get even with everybody else. One last clue. All right. You might think you got that last hit in. You should watch out, because when you hit them, you really have to watch out for the blank.
Whiplash.
Tony has said Whiplash. The Rundown crew has submitted Whiplash. It is incorrect.
Tony didn't ding. It doesn't count.
Oh yeah, he didn't ding.
Wait,
I'm going to be generous and say this is a beetle weight.
Well, that's not even fair. There's so many more of those.
I think I have a guess, but
Clutch this up.
no. Yeah, that's a 3-pounder. Okay. Okay.
I feel
think
like
the
I
house
should
is
be
gonna-
good at this, but I have no idea.
So hard, right?
It's always
Isn't
easier
it
when you're not on the podcast playing.
100%.
Is it a William bot?
Rundown has already guessed. It is on the Garen family to guess.
Can I just say
I got
mine before
no.
you get your point?
I got nothing.
You might think you got that last hit in. You should watch out, because when you hit them, you should really watch out for the blank.
I think
The
Ding, is there a bot called Ricochet? I don't
no,
know.
I'm not referring to a bot named Ricochet. It is counter punch.
Oh,
You should
Oh,
watch
my
out for the
goodness.
counter punch.
yeah, that makes sense.
That's-
I thought you were
Yeah.
just
That's
going
terrible.
for
I should've
backlash
got that.
wave.
I am going to put it on the ticker in my little
Oh.
corner that the house has gained 2 more points. I believe actually we are all even then, right?
Yeah.
No, the house loses.
Yeah.
Well, there was 7 questions,
Oh no.
There's-
I
Yes,
believe
there's got to be one more.
so somebody's won.
Someone won. It probably wasn't us.
no, it was the Rundown crew, because you guys got doppelganger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Rundown. So you got 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
game.
Okay, good job, Rundown crew. Thank you for joining my corner.
Good job.
Now everybody get out of the games corner. Everybody out.
Okay,
Sending
cool.
Kratos over to the
Thank
games
you, Ryan,
corner.
for the game. That was interesting. You had some pretty clever clues in there. So once again, we beat the house, so that's all that matters. So that's fine. Okay, so we're going to move on to the May event wrap up. Just shortly talking about what happened in May. So like usual, I want to go around and just get everyone's favorite bot or favorite fight from each weight class, or whichever fight that you want to talk about. Of course, we should start off talking about Sad Octopus. Sad Octopus got to the semifinals, got to the semifinals in May, going up against Jelly Baby, who eventually won. So that was an amazing run that you guys had. Do you want to just run us through like that day? Like, how did it go for you? How, what was different with Sad Octopus from previous events that just clicked and worked this time?
I think I'll take this one. This event was really originally supposed to be a test bed for the June event, which we kind of signed up like in tandem with this one. The biggest change we made was we switched away from the FingerTech foam wheels that I think are known pretty well as not being the most reliable when it comes to traction. So we casted our own wheels. The robot itself shrunk a considerable amount. We compacted a lot of our electronics in to fit the new wheels. And I mean, it turned out like all those changes definitely did something when it came bracket time, because that run was amazing. I could not have asked for a better run. It was so much fun. Just getting to be there for prime time, and just as a fan of NHRL, just to see like what it's like for a competitor to be like so late in the tournament like that.
I mean, you took down Cold Snap. Just looking at the bracket itself, you took down Cold Snap. That is a huge feat. I mean, Miles is a tough competitor with that undercutter. So to be able to take out Cold Snap, like, that is something to be extremely proud of.
Yeah, that entire fight I went into with absolutely no confidence at all. I was loading into the match like, this will be fun. Like this will be really fun. Beyond prime time. Beyond prime time, everyone at home watching. This will be so much fun. And then the wedge worked. That is all I can attribute that to. The wedge working and his weapon going down. And after that, I was like, I just gotta pour on all the damage I can so that it doesn't spring back to life. Which the weapon did come back at the end, and I think I may have peed myself a few times, but in the end, it turned out okay in the end. So that was all that mattered.
Hey, that is coming from someone who has built 2 bots and has been in your shoes, because I fought against Seth when he brought Division V4. So I went into that fight with the same kind of thoughts, like, this is Seth. This is like Seth Schaefer. Like, I don't know if and I did not come on top on that fight. So the fact that you came out on top against Miles, just, again, that's awesome. So very cool. It was an amazing run. And then Ryan, you had Jelly Baby as your pick in the 3 pounds, and Jelly Baby went all the way.
Oh, hell yeah, Jelly Baby went all the way. I was picking Jelly Baby because Jelly Baby, she has brought that bot, and every time that bot is brought to an NHRL, it does better and better and better. And I saw that coming up in the draft, and we were like, I wasn't high in that draft. I was pretty low in the bottom. I was like, nobody's
20th.
got Belly JB?
Yeah.
Like, no one took Jelly Baby yet? What is this? And I took Jelly Baby, and all day long, I was just like, yes, yes, yes. Every time they fought. Hell yeah. Jelly Baby did so well. I'm so proud of them. And I'm proud of all the bots I picked. I had a really good run this time. I had a really great run.
I'm over it. You ditched Kratos, and I will never let you live it down. I don't care. I hope you enjoy your last picks next round in June.
We
I
have
have all last picks.
Oh yeah, no, he's on the bottom for the entire run. I think 12 pounds you're kind of near the top, but well, no, I guess 3. You're at the bottom for 3s, so you're at the top for B-weight 2, and then I think you're at the bottom for 12s and 30s.
Yep.
So
yep.
Yeah, you've got the bottom of the barrel for June, right?
You enjoy it, Ryan.
I only have Dan to catch at this point.
Everyone has Dan to catch.
Yeah.
Although they didn't beat Jelly Baby,
Johnny.
the power of friendship
Oh.
did incredible, and I am just.
Did the
waiting
power
for
of friendship
day they
even
qualify.
ever fight Jelly Baby? You're talking about Vapor
No.
Trail.
No,
Hey, we
no.
got
No.
Power-
He's.
no.
I was gonna talk about Vapor Trail. He went sideways and went to Power of Friendship.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he said even though they never fought Jelly Baby. Okay,
No.
yeah. The Power of Friendship fought Vapor Trail.
No, the Power of Friendship also always prevails. So
Yes.
Well, I mean, like the arc of Power of Friendship is amazing because Power of Friendship started as like a fun Kokoto bot, and now they were in prime time, which
are
is
there unfun
amazing.
Kokoto bots?
huh?
Are there Kokoto bots that aren't fun?
No. They're all. That's my point. Is
Oh,
like
Yeah.
Kokoto seems to like design for fun and for
Yeah.
something interesting, which
He's a
Power
mad
of Friendship.
genius.
Yeah. And Power of Friendship is just one of those bots. And now suddenly Power of Friendship is in prime time. And that's just amazing and so cool.
Yeah, he's eventually gonna get his dumpster because he's just gonna either design something new. What was the undercutter that he came?
Juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition. I want to see that thing get a dumpster so bad. That's like one of my favorite designs I've ever seen in a robot. I don't know. When he brought that thing to the desk, I'll still talk about it. That was last event. That wasn't even May. That was the event before that, and I'll still talk about that a bit. Kokoto, we know you listen. Just Juxtaposition, like my favorite bot that you have. Power Friendship is great, but I want to see Juxtaposition get a dumpster all the way.
Well, and to go along with Kokoto and all of WPI, congrats to, of course, Connor and the team of Waddles for taking home first place in the 30s. Shut up, Ryan. Just because Ryan picked you for fantasy, you just had to go and win, huh, Connor?
Yeah, it was funny, like the first two that were taken because Glenn not auto drafted, Glenn pre-drafted, and he was able to get Ares, and then Ryan immediately took Waddles, despite the fact that he said that he was going to take Kratos and promised to take Kratos. So yeah, I mean, I can't blame you. You got a winner, but you know,
But
you did
That
in
trade-
You
audio
sold your
format.
soul, Ryan.
In audio format, you said that you were going to take Kratos. You made a promise to Kratos, and then you broke that promise.
Yeah, yes, I did. In the moment, and do I regret it?
No, I don't.
I needed the points. I'm very sorry, but I needed the points, and
he did.
yeah.
Well,
I gotta
I mean,
give a shout out to Dead Rise
Yes.
Yes.
because like it was his first event back in. I think they came. I think this is like 2021 or something like that. That he
Yeah, it was
actually come.
2021.
Yeah, and it was like one time there and didn't do well. And it was like he came back and made prime time. It was he had an absolute blast. And
Yeah, he was at Moto
definitely a
this
team to
year,
look for.
and the glow up from Moto to May even was just absolutely incredible. And he just joined Team Honeycrack, so I'm expecting some pretty big things out of him as well. I'm excited.
So he's in that Maryland area that he has
Yes,
that
he is.
testing. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's a good team to join. So, congrats, Dead Rise. Yeah, he had a great run. I love the look of the bot. I don't know if you caught the conversation between him and Corey when they went against each other. And they were comparing bots, and Corey's like, "Oh, that looks like my bot," and Dead Rise is like, "Yeah, but your bot, but it's 2-wheel," and he's like, "Oh, you're using metal, you're using plastic," and it was just a funny interaction between the two of them, and that was a good fight as well. Him against This Is 30. I mean, Corey just. It was like that really good hit right at the beginning that just threw Corey off and like ripped that like a hole, not a hole, but it was just a really good hit the Dead Rise got, and it just seems to be a theme that Corey has that when he loses, it's just like big losses, and it's either something going wrong or him getting just hit the wrong way. So again, another bot that I want to see get a dumpster Synthesis 30. We've kind of gone all over the place here. I was going to do like 3s, 12s, 30s, but I guess other than Sad Octopus, the Garen family, what are some other bots that you love to see? Like, what are some other highlight moments from May that you guys had?
So I really liked Open Hell. It may not have had the best performance, but just to see someone like try to do a Melty Brain, but in such an interesting way, they were able to pull it off. like I said, it didn't do the best, it didn't performance-wise, but like it was able to melty and it was able to move, and like to be able to do that without wheels was really cool, and like I really enjoyed watching it fight.
Yeah, it had some really cool fights. Tony actually drafted Open Hell. He was pretty excited about it.
It did, and it was a cool looking bot. Like it was one of those, I think, kind of like, I don't know, proof of concept type issues. Like it was like you can do something different, and sometimes those are the fun bots to see and how they do.
Yeah, and it's also a bot that I can see tweaking and making changes and maybe getting better and making that system work a little bit better. I don't know. It's those innovative things that you see come out in these events that you're always excited to see. And it was a really cool bot to watch fight, and maybe it didn't do as well, but again, it was an awesome concept, so I love seeing it. Very cool. Nora, Patrick, did you guys have?
Yeah, Chaos Upright is pretty cool. It did well. It did better. Nora fought it a couple events ago, and I think it was a brand new bot at that point, and they had so many gyro issues, and so with Under Destruction, it's kind of a wedge, and so she tipped him over, and that was kind of the end of it. But to see it develop over the next couple of events, so Cam fought it this time with Sad And when he tipped it over, I was thinking, oh, okay, we're good. We've seen this before. And it just self-righted, and it kind of like crawls across the floor with its weapon because it doesn't quite have the torque to self-right, but once it hits the wall, it does. But yeah, everyone is saying it was kind of like a terrible horror movie, the way it kind of crawls itself across the floor and then self-rights. But once they're dialing that thing every event, it's going to be a scary robot soon. I think it's a 9-inch diameter weapon. Things insane.
Yeah, no, it's scary. I know they had some issues, I believe, getting through safety in the morning. Right, Ryan? They had some issues again. I think they had some issues getting through safety in the morning. But yeah, once they got going, it was a pretty scary bot to watch. So yeah, I agree. That's a really good one. Being Supreme Refried, we saw again. They did pretty well. They didn't have the run that they had in April, but they still did really well. Gwen and Jackalope, we always love to see Gwen. Jackalope did really well. I don't think Gwen got into the finals. No. Gwen didn't get into the finals, but we'll be Backalope, as Gwen always says. So
I remember she came up and she goes, I'm just playing with things this time. She's having fun. She's like, I qualified for finals. I'm good.
Yeah. And then we saw Jim again with Project Liftoff. We haven't seen him in quite a while. So it was interesting to see the Liftoff, the Melty Brain, the OG Melty Brain, I want to say. I mean, there was Melty Brains before him, but like Jim perfected the Melty Brain, and he really kind of kicked off any Melty Brains that came after him. So yeah, so that was cool. And then MCB Master Control Bot. I am always amazed by how well he does with that control bot, getting not only GDs, but looking at True Finals and watching his fight and then seeing the letters KO next to him. Like, I just love when a control bot gets a KO. It's just the most amazing thing. So that was fun. And then 12 pounds, I think we've kind of gone 3 and 30s, but the 12 pounds, the finals were Huge and Maximizer, with Huge taking it over.
Yeah,
Maximizer.
We didn't talk about Jake Maximizer. How rude of us.
Oh my
God,
God, Jake Maximizer?
He's our podcast colleague now too, so we got to talk about his bot. But no, Jake had a really awesome run through the 12 pound bracket, and then went up against Huge and just wasn't able to disable those wheels. So it was an awesome.
So he couldn't do anything.
Yeah, it was a great fight to watch. Huge is just a really hard bot to fight against, and they have the different configurations for whichever height that they need to go at, and I believe they brought the lower configuration for that final fight, and they were just able to take it over. Taking one step back, though, the Maximizer versus Caldera fight, that was really good. Yeah. And Glenn getting into the semifinals with Caldera 12, we always talk about Glenn. Glenn is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet, ever, like, period. He just tries so hard, always brings those bots and throws his all. I don't know. It was just an awesome fight to watch. I could have seen either Jake or Glenn come out of that and would have been happy. So Sad that Glenn didn't go past the semifinals, but Glenn will get there with Caldera 12. I believe in him. Any other notes before we move on?
Just a quick hats off to Team Pandemonium. They had like a ton of bots make it to prime time. I don't even know how many it was. It was the majority of the robots that they brought.
One in each weight
So
class.
they had like a
and 2 in one
super
of them.
strong showing in May. So it's always cool to see them continue to get better.
Yeah, it was so many that when primetime was starting, or a little bit before primetime, Ariel literally came up to the desk with a sticky note and said, I need to know when all of my bots are fighting on my team so I can keep them all in line. Like, basically, she was going to be the planner to make sure all the bots got to where they needed to go on time. So I always appreciate that.
I think that they all made it on time.
Oh, they did. Yeah, no, they were all great. She and Tim were doing Battle Tots. Battle Tots were in the top 16. Seaver is also... Seaver is Matt. Torrent is Don. I believe was Don
Kevin was driving.
Kevin was driving. Yeah.
Yep.
They love switching bots. They love just taking test drives and trading bots.
Yeah. So they're actually doing a really fun thing coming up. Glenn Boxall is hosting another event at RCE on May 24th. I think it is. It's in just a couple weekends. I don't know if you guys are going. But Team Pandemonium is basically doing a bot swap, and so every team member is going to drive and repair one of the other team members' bots for the event up there. So they really are like just interchangeable at that point.
Oh yeah, I mean, to be a team like that though, like I think they're one of the best, one of those like large teams at knowing what each of the other members needs and just being there for each other and being able to turn around. I mean, and that's great, especially in robot combat, because then you can turn around and say, let's say you're at another event with each other and you're like, oh, Battle Tots is broken, but I'm working on this. Someone else on the team can step up because they know what goes into fixing Battle Tots. Like, they know what goes into fixing that bot.
I'm pretty sure Froggy went home with Tim because it's now Tim's problem because they got it.
It's now Tim's problem.
It's now Tim's
See, I want to see more variety out of Battle Tots. I don't know if that's just me, but I know they brought the Bloodsport version one for one of the competitions,
and then there was the uppercut version once. So
yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, it's I don't know. And then Kevin with Light Force. Light Force was doing pretty well. I think there's some driving tweaks that he needs to make to it, but when it hit really well. I think it's got that Bite Force spirit in it. It's just maybe he needs to ring up. I'm blanking on his name. Why am I blanking?
Paul Ventimiglia.
Paul Ventimiglia. Thank you, Ryan. He needs to call Paul and be like, so I have a 30-pound version of your bot. Can you make it win? I need you to help me make this thing win, Paul. Okay, cool. So that was May. May was a great event. We're looking forward to June 5th, right? Do I have that wrong? 7th?
June 7th.
7th. Okay. It was, yeah. Okay. Yeah. June 7th. June 7th is the next event. So we will have our pre-show, of course, of that and talk about that at a later date. But so that was May, and then June is next. And we are chugging along throughout the year, racing towards the championships. And I am excited to see what's going to come. Hey there, bot fans! Are you ready to take your love for the Havoc Rundown to the next level? We've got a ton of ways for you to join the action and support the podcast you love. First, connect with us and fellow robot combat enthusiasts by joining our Discord. It's the perfect place to talk shop, share your favorite bot moments, and stay updated with the latest news and events. Make sure to follow us on Facebook to stay in the loop with episode updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community highlights. It's all happening right there. And if you want to show off your Havoc Rundown pride, check out our merch store on Bonfire. Right now, we've got the official Havoc Rundown logo tee waiting for you. Head to bonfire.com/Havoc-Rundown-T to grab yours today. But wait, there's more. You can also support us directly through our Buy Me a Coffee page at buymeacoffee.com/Havoc Rundown. Every contribution helps to keep the sparks flying and bring you more amazing content. And for the ultimate fans, don't miss our Patreon at patreon.com/Havoc Rundown. As a patron, you'll get exclusive access to bonus content like our Fantasy League drafts, D&D games, special interviews, and other exciting surprises. So what are you waiting for? Join the community, show your support, and keep the gears turning at the Havoc Rundown. We'll see you in the arena. But that was May, so we've wrapped up May, and of course that means that we are going to roll straight into Vibe and Focus. As anyone that has listened to the show before knows, this is our signature segment whenever we have guests on, where we each take a interview style, doesn't have to be interview style, but we each have a question that we ask that has to do with the builder, their bots, their journey, pretty much anything robot combat-ish, unless you're Thomas, and then he just asks about trains or something, whatever he wants to ask about. But Ryan, I have you going first. So Ryan, take it away with your Vibe and Focus question.
Okay, so I had a question, and then Justin asked you it as
Oops.
what changes Sad Octopus. So I have a new question for you guys. So you're a builder family and everything. I'm curious, how does bot development go? So do one of you like come up with the CAD and you all build together? How does that all go?
So with Sad Octopus, that was our first bot we ever built. Probably coming out of COVID or something, I think, maybe around that time. But so Cam is basically the family bot whisperer, we call him. So, he's the BattleBot fan. He's the one that got us into all this. So at the time, it was 2 or 3 years ago, he didn't know how to run CAD. So he would just tell me what he wanted. So he wanted the vertical, he wanted the Drisk, he wanted 4-wheel drive. And then so that's how we kind of developed the Octopus. And then the same thing for Under Destruction. Nora knew what she wanted. She wanted a lifter. She's always built when she, of course, being younger than Cameron, she was, started with Legos and built like a lifter out of that. So she wanted a lifter. And so they kind of tell me what they want as far as the Beetles go. And we work together to try to get it to look like they want and how they want it to function. But with the plastic ant, like Cameron that's all him. He's like at school they have a tech wing and he's certified in Onshape and all this other stuff now. So he just goes and builds. And I built Under Destruction, the plastic ant, which came first before the Beetle. But the most recent bot, Cam and Nora worked together, and she basically taught herself Onshape as well. And so she built Isosceles on her own.
That's awesome. What is Isosceles?
Isosceles is a plastic ant flipper, sort of. It kind of looks like Under Destruction, the plastic ant, except being a plastic ant, I put the same servo that goes into Under Destruction 3-pound on it. So it was throwing plastic ants. I was really inspired. That was my idea, because I've always sort of wanted flippers.
That's cool.
Oh, I love that. That's so awesome.
I like that a lot. That's cool. It's always awesome when you take those upper size things and put them into the next weight size down. That's cool. I'd love to see that thing fight, because I love flippers too. I've always tried to figure out a way to do that. And when we were first designing our first ever bot, there's a mechanic that goes into chairs, the chairs that like lift up and down for like elderly. And I was trying so hard, Ryan, remember, I was trying so hard to figure out how to take that and take the piston on it and like make that into a flipper. And I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't figure out how to put it into a 3-pound bot. So, but yeah, that's a really cool idea. I like that a lot. Ashley.
All right. My question is for Patrick, because you know me and my love of the parents of the people in this sport. So what's been the coolest experience for you? Like, did you ever expect that this would be how you and your family spent time together?
Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of my personality is to just dive in and go. So they're not any different than I am, right? So it doesn't fall far from the tree. But yeah, it's been great. And to see, like, so Cam is so into engineering now at the tech wing, and we're going through college, like, tours and everything, and he's touring all the tech schools and engineering schools. And so to see that, like, this hobby's turned into something that, like, drives him at school. He knows all these skills. Like, you know, he can solder and build, and Nora can too. She learned to solder on her robot. So yeah, it's wild as a parent to just see them start collecting these skills that maybe I didn't pick up until way later in life, right? So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool. And it's only like really just getting started. Like they're just going to keep learning more.
Waiting for them to pass me, and then I can just step back, right?
I love watching the youth in the sport because it's just the thing that you think is like they're doing all of this stuff at such a younger age than some of their competitors. Just imagine what they're going to do when they get to the age of their competitors, just learning all of this as they go. It's just crazy to think about. So yeah, very cool. Yeah. And have you been looking at things like WPI, like the some of the schools that are...
Don't ask the question yet.
Don't answer the question.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Justin's just stealing everybody's question.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, Thomas, you're next.
Yeah. Where does the name Sad Octopus come from, and why is the octopus so sad?
So I think I have to take this one. I don't think I can give a full explanation of the origin of the name. I will leave it to anyone listening to this podcast to do their own research, but I will drop a few hints. It is inspired by a very specific episode of a very specific cartoon where they hint at the name Sad Octopus. And if you dive deep enough, it has a very secret meaning, which may or may not involve potty humor. But I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, now I have to figure this out. I swear. I swear.
Down the hall to figure it out.
All right, Havoc Rundown listeners, we need your help in solving this riddle.
Okay, Tony.
All right, since I'm the teacher of the group, since you're getting so close to graduating high school, has your combat robot experience influenced where you're looking at going to college?
Yes, it has quite a bit. I've done 2 college tours as of now. I went to tour WPI, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then just last week over April break, I went to Rochester. So, like all this experience with like being surrounded by these people, one, who have gone to these schools, 2, who are interested into the same like engineering type hobbies that I am, you know, being like hearing where they go and like where they've gone to see schools. It's kind of been like, oh, let me add this to my list, and you know, just trying to hit all the boxes and, you know, find a place that is a combat robotics friendly, but at the same time I can really progress as an engineer and set myself up for the later stages of my life.
Awesome. I did actually tour Rochester when I was looking at schools. It's an amazing school to go to.
Yeah, Lyndon and Jillian graduated from RIT. They had a great experience there for sure.
From the one day that I spent there, it was pretty good.
Yeah, we had fun when we went up for the tournament.
Yeah, it was nice. I hope they do that again.
We're like walking by the all the big rooms. I'm like, is this where it was? I think this is where it was.
Just the building.
Okay, cool.
I think that was the 5 and 5. Or, yes.
Well, no, Justin lost.
Oh no, Justin's got it.
That was the foreign focus.
Yeah, seriously. Thanks, Tony. So
we figured you asked everyone else's already.
Yeah.
You didn't need to go.
Oh, great.
We'll take away your question.
So I actually have a couple. I was just trying to figure out which one I was going to ask. But I think the one I'm going to ask is, was there a specific moment or fight where you realized that Sad Octopus had leveled up beyond what you originally designed it for?
Yeah, I see what Ashley's trying to say here. Definitely cold snap, because like throughout the day back at the last event was going on, like not to put any shame towards any of my opponents, but I only fought vertical spinners. So I spent the whole day fighting vertical spinners up to that point, and I was like, okay, I can beat a vertical spinner, but once I fight that thing, not really sure how that's gonna go for me. But I think once I kind of like figured out how I needed to drive that fight to best combat cold snap. Once I think I figured that out, I was like, okay, I think I know. I think I finally know what I'm doing here. I think I dropped my pacifier, and I think I'm ready to move on to kindergarten.
So I have kind of a second. It's like a really quick one, but it was like a fun one. If Sad Octopus or Under Destruction had a theme song when they entered the box, what would you choose for the theme song?
I have an answer, but it's probably a very bad answer.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's podcast
still answers.
Only song that I could remotely think of that relates to Octopus in any way would be Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
That's a horrible answer. Scratch it from the program.
Baby Octopus.
The correct answer would be the SpongeBob theme song.
Much better answer.
That is
a much better
answer.
That suits my plastic ant bot better, because my plastic ant robot is called Pineapple. So
there you go.
But that suits sound better. But that's a really good answer.
The Beatles wrote a song about octopi.
Okay. Well, that was our 5 in focus. So we are going to move on to our final segment, which is our listener mailbag.
You've reached the voicemail of The Havoc Rundown. Please leave your message after the tone.
Tony, if you just want to follow along with the questions that I'm asking, just make sure that I ask everyone's, because I don't want to miss any of these, because they were all amazing questions. And I want to shout out to our amazing listeners in our Discord, because you guys really stepped it up with these questions. They were all just top notch, just really good questions.
I think this is the most questions we've ever gotten.
Yeah, I agree.
And they were all amazing.
And
that's why I wanted to.
Like, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah.
Or a burrito? I don't like. They weren't like genuinely good questions.
Yeah, those are the questions that I asked like me and Ashley.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start this off really quick. And the first question that I have comes from Matt Lantry from Team Pandemonium. He says, tell me more about Under Destruction. Sad Octopus got nothing on my boy Under Destruction. What did you... Yeah, so that was the first part of the question. So he wants to know about Under Destruction. He says basically that he likes Sad Octopus has nothing on Under Destruction, so he wants to learn more about Under Destruction.
Nora is super delayed, so I'll jump in real quick and she can fill in. But yeah, she's on a terrible computer. My apologies. But yeah, so it's a servo lifter. Matt and I have talked about it in the pits, but it's a servo lifter. It started off as a plastic ant, and we gave it to Nora to fight at Masty. It was her first ever event. And we just kind of expected it. Like, it's a lifter with some funny wedges that we came up with. And I didn't really expect much of it at all. And it was her first event. And then the kid goes and runs the gauntlet and wins the whole event. And we're like, what?
Yes, I did.
What is this?
So good.
So that's the beginnings of Under Destruction. And then we scaled it up for the beetle weight. She the next Masty, she finished second. So she had 2 events under her belt, first and second.
Who won that championship
got
match?
first at that event.
Who won that championship match?
The kids fought each other in the finals, and I'm sitting there like this. Either way, it's a terrible ride home for the parents, right? Because someone's going to be upset.
I mean, second place is pretty good.
Yeah. So that's kind of the basics. You got anything, Nora?
I mean, the plastic ant was... Honestly, that was one of my favorite events, not just because I won, just because it kept going. Like, it was crazy to have, your first event to make it that far. I've certainly used, plastic ant knowledge for beetles. This recent event, May, I went out in the first round of the bracket to Seraph, which is a huge style bot. And the only thing I could think about for driving strategies or anything remotely similar was my championship match against Snorkels the Elephant, which is like a very similar styled robot, just with an undercutter. Yes, it was called Snorkels the Elephant. It was overall like a great fight. Both of those fights, I did not beat Seraph. I went out to them, but Under Destruction I think it's a really great bot. I think I could really go far with it if I got the right matchups, and I'm overall just really proud of myself and the robot.
Yeah, I mean, you just see like how far control bots have come. You don't need a crazy spinner or something like that in order to take the bracket. I mean, just look at Jelly Baby. That run, Jelly Baby winning, and just, it's possible. And you got into the bracket, so it's great. Very cool. So Matt's other question was what we already asked, what you leveled up on Sad Octopus. So you already answered that question. So I'm going to move into Tom's question. So Tom Farkas, or as he's known in our Discord, the eternally weird Tom Farkas.
Yeah.
His first question is just a riddle. How do you make an octopus laugh?
10 tickles.
Yeah.
10 tickles. I remember Chris said that on commentary when I was fighting a while ago. And I've never forgotten
Tom.
that.
Your joke made it to air, Tom. His serious question is, both of you are amazing drivers. Do you practice at home? And what are some tips you'd give to a brand new builder?
So in terms of practicing at home, actually, I run a YouTube channel where my sister and I fight modified hex bugs that are bought from Target. If you've ever seen Chaotic Robotics on YouTube, he has over 2,000 subscribers just buying hex bugs and modifying them into other robots. And I'm good friends with him, so I've been doing the same. But throughout filming 3 seasons of these, we have over 30 robots. I think we've maybe fought each other at least 300 times. Upstairs in the little modified train table arena. I mean, that doesn't really translate well into Beetlewitz because you're holding the tiny little nano controller. But I think it just boils down to being able to see how fights play out, see how fights go with two different weapon types fighting each other, and being able to apply that knowledge to a bigger stage like NHRL. I don't know if Nora or Patrick wants to add on to this.
What is the name of this YouTube channel?
It is the same name as our team. It is Duck Bots.
I'm not trying to. You can't see it.
I'm not trying to plug or anything, but
no, go right ahead. I will add the link to the episode.
Go search Duck Bots on YouTube and give them a big ol' subscribe.
Smash the like button, comment, ding the little bell. All of
share to all your friends.
I will add your YouTube link into the episode. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Yeah, very cool. So Craig from Money Shot said, last time we talked, I believe you said you were thinking about setting Sad Octopus aside and starting something new. But now that you've had this amazing run, did you get the confidence back to keep running it, or do you still want to try something new?
Yeah, so it seems like every time, we take the octopus to an event and it would do well, and then the very next event we would just crash out. It'd be terrible. So we kept riding this wave, right? We make a little change, and so eventually we were just I think the next time it just dies, the next time it doesn't do well, we're gonna shelf it. We're done with this thing. And then the last event, I forget which one it was, but so we had, we went 2 and we didn't get into the bracket 1 and 2, and on the way home we were talking about just retiring it and moving on. And Cam said, I would like to try it with real wheels, not foam, and I want AR 500 forks because we typically run aluminum forks and we have these big barbs on them. And Cam was just laid it out on the way home, what he wanted. And so we agreed to do it. We'll give it one more shot. And like he said earlier, so this past event was supposed to be a test for June to make sure that all these changes, because we made way too many changes all at once, just to make sure it was going to work. And then the kid puts that run on, and we're like, okay, so I guess we'll keep it.
I guess it worked.
Yeah, I guess the changes did something.
Yeah. That the first fight, the first interaction between the other bot, I was like, here we go. We're gonna turn into confetti. Like I thinned this thing out way too much, and then he just kept winning.
Yeah, to kind of add on, we were at the March event, and that event was just like the ultimate low for this robot. I lost a fight from hitting the tap out button instead of unstick.
Oh no.
And then after that, like I think I was kind of down for the rest of the day, and then I ended up getting just completely handled in the eliminator round. So after that, I was kind of like, this thing might need to take a stint on the shelf. But then we were kind of like, okay, maybe one more run, make these changes, and then bam. It goes on and qualifies, and we're like, nope, gotta keep this thing running till 2045.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at least you know that the changes in your head, those changes that you outlined on the way home, like they did something, like you were onto something. So nice. Brian said, are there any other octopus emotion bots in the work? Will we ever see a happy, confused, or hangry octopus?
I always want to build like an experimental version. Everyone used to do X, like Sound Spring X or what have you. Like I always want to do undercover octopus, like, and have the logo be like, something like Perry the Platypus looking, but with an octopus. I don't think the kids agree, and they don't like it at all. But that's what I want to do.
Well,
I absolutely love it. That's amazing.
Interestingly enough, Tim from Chubby Unicorn fame actually said, after you push the rest of the building and maintenance off 100% to the kids, what bot type are you going to build for yourself?
I've always been a Polywog fan, like the drummer, the drum. I know Drum Their Trials out there, and I love that as well. But yeah, there's something about that, the drum spinners, especially Polywog with the belt down the middle, just like a Drisk kind of. Yeah, every time we would go to Nora, before we started fighting, we went and spectated a few times, and they've got it on the wall in the museum, and I would like take pictures of it and circle it. So yeah, it would probably be a Polywog clone if I could.
Hey, Polywog does awesome. So that is definitely something to emulate there. That's cool. And then the other question that Tim had was, Nora, your plant and your beetle are extremely similar in archetype. Have you noticed any major differences between the two weight classes? And are you hoping to implement any learnings from the beetle back into the plant?
One thing I can say about... I thought I was muted for a second.
What? Never. It's messing with it.
This is not working.
It keeps going
No, you
back.
should be good.
Okay, I think I'm good. All right, so one thing I can tell about the difference is that beetles are far scarier than plants, just like in general. Like, if you have a plastic robot against a plastic robot, you're certainly a little less terrified. But, like, you go up against robots like Chaos Upright, Cold Snap, Eruption. These robots, they are absolutely terrifying. I mean, one thing that I can tell my plastic ant driver self, if I ever go again with plastic ants, which I certainly hope to do, it's certainly not as scary. But like I said, I've used a lot of plastic ant knowledge putting it into my beetle. Putting beetle stuff into plastic ants I've been a lot of driving experience I've gotten from Norwalk. I've gone to, I think May was my third event, which it's more than I've done with plastic ants, but it's really exciting to be able to do both. It's certainly really cool.
So interestingly enough, Miles also asked the question of Cold Snap. Both Sad Octopus and Under Destruction are built like tanks and driven so incredibly well. During the Sad Octopus versus Cold Snap, your driving was so precisely and deliberate in order to keep juggling Cold Snap over fairly long periods of the fight. What would you attribute to your driving skill, and do you as a family dig into fight strategy between events?
So for a lot of fights, I think either in the pits or whether it's like the first fight of the day, we do talk a lot as a family, like what we should do, what we shouldn't do. But like once you get to prime time, and especially against a robot like Cold Snap that it's just impossible to plan for, it becomes much harder. You kind of just have to figure it out on the fly, really. Like against a Jelly Baby is a good example of that. Like I got stuck up on the wall in about 5 seconds. And that I kind of learned from that you need to come in with a lot more speed in order to win the engagements, to to get any sort of offense against Paige's bot. But more specifically in the Cold Snap fight, I think that once his weapon went down, the only strategy from there for me was to just be as wildly aggressive as humanly possible to just try and put him in such a damage hole that, you know, that spinner doesn't come back, or if my weapon randomly conks out, then I don't end up losing the damage points. So I wouldn't too much attribute it to calm, collected precision driving, but more of just like insane aggression, like out of nowhere, just trying to do as much pain as possible to the other robot. And I think that mindset kind of takes over, and you end up just, you know, driving insanely well.
Okay. Kokore Mane said, congratulations on qualifying. Sad Octopus and Under Destruction are both such well-designed and well-driven bots. His question is, who do you think wins in a Sad Octopus versus Under Destruction fight?
I'm trying to beat her to the unmute button. Definitely me. It would definitely be me.
Me.
I will say we have done some testing at home before.
Brother.
Like no, just like at home in our little test arena, like without a spinning weapon, of course. We've just like kind of lined the two robots up. And I will say, I will give credit where credit is due. I think she would get under me maybe like 7 times out of 10. That it's a very low robot. Like a lot of people look at forks compared to the paddles and are like, oh yeah, the forks are obviously gonna win. But I mean, Calvin was onto something with Lynx. It's pretty apparent. But the paddles on that robot are just unusually low. Like they should not be as low as they are. I think me having a damaging weapon would tip the scales, but in terms of like head to head, I think I have to give her the credit, and I think that I would lose the head on, but I think I would make up for it by superior driving.
Thank you. I'm still gonna win.
You know, you know who loses is the guy that has to pay for it either way. So.
Our dad is just completely cooked.
All
All right,
Two
so run the
winners,
weapon
one
at like
loser.
20%. Don't do anything bad.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't the you having your weapon off and her? Does she have to turn the lifter off as well, or no?
Yeah, no, that's her biggest advantage, is that you can stick your hand into her weapon, but you can't stick your hand into mine.
Okay. Well, that is very cool. Hopefully we see that fight one day. I mean, you guys are going to keep on bringing Sad Octopus and Under Destruction back. So, no, Patrick is shaking his head.
No, thank you.
Hopefully we don't ever see that fight. We just get lucky.
Yeah. If Cam had won, Cam had to win one more fight, I think, a couple of months ago at Norwalk, and they would have met in the bracket. And I was like, no.
Yeah, it was if I didn't do the tap out unstick shenanigans. If I had actually if I didn't screw that up, I would have fought her round 1 of the bracket.
The universe is telling you
managed to
something.
beat Sea Dragon's Roar in that one.
Yeah, I've got nothing but crap from my Discord friends. Like, can you believe it? Your little sister beat Sea Dragon's World, but you lost.
Oh no.
Oh God.
His entire weapon exploded halfway through the fight.
That's cool. So Julian Papazian said that was an incredible run. The Cold Snap fight was not only a display of great driving, but a testament to the construction of the robot. There aren't many robots who have survived those first massive collisions with the Cold Snap unscathed. Have you ever seen the documentary My Octopus Teacher? If you want to be a Sad Octopus, you should watch it. And then his question is, when are we going to see a multi-bot from the family? So you can get some true family synergy.
I haven't seen it, but I did search it and watch the trailer. Thanks, Julian. I'll pick that up later. Yeah, I don't know. We always joke around about a multi-bot, and we always joke that since Nora is the control driver, you know, we'll do the standard one wedge bot, and then Cam can come. She'll set him up, and Cam can come and punt him. But I think that might be the best way to go.
Yeah, that would probably be
We've
an awesome.
certainly joked about it
awesome
on
strategy.
Plastic Ants.
Needs to be done.
Sorry, I was trying to save the thing. Okay, so that was Julian. Danny, I don't have Danny's last name, but Danny, the first place in the. Yeah, there you go.
It's
Danny,
that Danny.
That Danny, the Danny who has run away with the league, says his question is related to Kokodos. He says, "Have you ever driven against each other for dry practice?" Which you said you had with the Hexbots, and so you can have more things to fight about as a family. So his is more of the question about the Hexbots, and I think we will say. Go to Duckbots. I'm going to put the URL there in the episode when I post the episode, so everyone can go and watch the fights that you guys have as siblings with the little Hexbots. I see some of them up here. It's a very cool channel, so everyone can check that out.
Free clout.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep it coming.
Matt's already had a question. So the final one that I have here is from Nick from Crafty Cat. Unless I missed one, Tony, I don't think I did it. I think I got all of them.
You got them.
Nick says, I certainly have some Sad Octopus questions based on personal experience. What in your design do you credit with winning engagements? It seemed you won 80% of the contacts that I would have thought were 50-50. What made you decide on that particular weapon archetype? And what's the sale price of the new Bagheera kits?
Oh, because
Why would that...
he got... we'll let him tell the story.
Okay, cool. So,
I received basically the entire copy of Bagheera that I destroyed.
Yeah.
And mine is electronics, of course. But to go back to his question about like the weapon engagements, he had the reach advantage. Like typically you think that like the reach advantage is kind of like the trump card when it comes to, going weapon on weapon. But I think the biggest factor that played into this was just robot speed in general. I pretty quickly learned once we got these new wheels on that this robot is really fast. And I'm just able to, line up a hit with someone and just go like full afterburner right into someone. And I mean, depending on how fast you're going, weapon reach doesn't matter. If you ram into them hard enough, you can be able to knock them off balance, and then you're able to get some good hits in. But overall, that was a really fun fight. There were moments where I was very much sweating in that one. And at one point I thought he was dead. At one point I like flipped him over onto his head, and I kind of just like sat there waiting, and then just like it just sprung back to life out of nowhere, and I'm like, no. But I mean, in the end, it was a good fight. It was really it was actually a much closer decision than you would have expected, because my weapon ended up going down at the end, and I had like a piece of my weapon belt that was about like a hair thick, still just like putting in all the work, like chugging that weapon on for when I had to do my functionality check. So I turned it off, and then like once I got to the end, like I spun it up and it was going like 2 miles an hour, but like, hey, that still counts as weapon, man.
Yeah, so, it's still going. The judges still count it. So yeah. Okay, very cool. So that was our listener mailbag. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Havoc Rundown. Again, huge thanks to Cameron, Patrick, and Nora for sharing their story and being on. We loved learning more about Sad Octopus and Under Destruction, and just the whole family as a team. It was great getting to talk to you. We'll be keeping an eye on them and all the other young drivers and builders out there as the seasons roll forward. As always, if you enjoyed today's show, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Discord, and check out our link tree for all of our other media links at linktr.ee/Havoc Rundown. That's linktr.ee/Havoc Rundown. Don't forget to grab some Havoc Rundown merch or buy us a coffee if you want to support the show. Next episode will be gearing up for the June 7th event, so stay tuned. Big things are coming. Until next time, keep your bots spinning, your alliances strong, and your octopuses just a little bit sadder for your opponents. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and have a great time robot fighting. Everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.